July 7th. The Yankees lose the bread games, win the meat. They're not good. Let's talk Yanks.
That's what he's doing.
Oh, no music?
Yeah.
No, the sad music always plays. It makes me so happy. I made Katie listen to the episode just to hear the sad song because it's so funny. The Yankees played bad. This recap is sad. Yankees have not won consecutive games since June 12th. And since then, their record is 6-16, and their starters ERA is 6.77, both the worst in Major League Baseball. That stat brought to you by Brian Hoke, like Coke. Welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. BBD in the corner, and brought to you by SeatGeek. And Yankees lose and make me lose my cool on Friday's game. Jake, nice jersey, nice hat. How are you?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in, thank you. Probably a popular episode. Subscribe. We appreciate that.
True.
Yeah, I'm doing, man. A lot of life going on, and a lot of the Yankees. I mean, a deep spiral. Not even like the mid Yankees of 2021 didn't provide this. The exciting Yankees of 2022 did give us one of the worst Augusts ever, but we felt a little handcuffed because it was after the deadline. We're like, damn, this is like a trap. We don't like this. And then, we saw a chunk of this last year after another hot start. And I don't know. I mean, it's organizationally, there's so many questions. Depth chart wise, there's so many questions. And it's just like a bad time to be a Yankee fan. So I've said this before, but I've got to take the hate of being the Yankees that pay for everyone and, oh, you guys are the Yankees. And then I also got to get it on the other side of like, you guys are ass and don't win stuff. That's not the deal. That's not what the Yankee brand's supposed to be. I sign up for the first crap because we're supposed to win and look good, and we're just nowhere. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I don't know if spiral's the right word because, like, that's saying that the beginning of the year was like who they are. It's more like that was the spiral. They were like jettisoning, and now they're just back to like normal. And it's a crazy bad stretch. I think the starters will get better, but the offense, I think, kind of like if you can get Judge and Soto out, like the Red Sox were able to get Judge and Soto out, you easily beat them without Stan and without anyone else. It takes Ben Rice hitting 3 homers, and Verdugo had a homer as well, but they're not good if teams can get Judge and Soto out. And the Red Sox can do that.
Yeah. I mean, Judgy, some of his Red Sox numbers are funky. Stumbled into that hole the other day at Fenway. This wasn't at Fenway. And yeah, we saw the starting pitching bounce back a little bit recently. Like Luis Gil was great tonight and maybe shouldn't have even been out there for that situation. We saw Carlos Rodon half bounce back, but, a respectable start. That the starters weren't they
Nestor.
Weren't they number 1 ERA? Nestor at home. That ain't no thing but a chicken wing and a G-string. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I don't know. We kind of thought the starting pitching would come back to earth a little bit. Like, there was a little bit there. It was like, wait, Gil, Rodon, even Clark were looking like they could be potential all-star bids. Clark gets hurt. Rodon, Stroman, they slow down as well. Gil, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, I think we expected them to go for a little bit. We didn't expect it to be that bad. But, yeah, I mean, for me, luckily we've been doing this for a few years now and get to get to watch all of the teams around baseball, how dead the Yankees lineup goes without their two guys. There's no comparison. It's fun. Sad. It's the irony of how many times this year I've said having Judge and Soto is such a privilege, seeing two guys in a lineup like that. Historic. One of the best lefty-righty combos ever. For a while, they were the only two guys one-dotting. And that is cool. But, man, I don't know if it's pressure with playing with those guys with the ancillary pieces or I don't know. Their last what's the last close Yankee win? When's the last time the team won a gritty game?
Royals?
I mean, I know they lost the last one in that series. Let's see. 2 Blue Jays blowouts.
The first Baltimore game.
The first Baltimore game, which was
June 18th.
June 18th. They had 4-2. So that almost doesn't count.
They gave up 2 in the 9th. So it was 4-0. I don't know if that's...
It was the game Judge got hit on his hand. How about that?
Yeah.
And then those first 2 Royals games, or those last 2 Royals wins were blowouts. So, I mean, since in a month,
the Dodgers game,
they've won 2 close games.
Well, yeah, they were the worst team in baseball for a month now. And they just broke the record, the things I texted you, those stats about steals, which is kind of wild.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was big. That was big before the game. But yeah.
What's that?
It was one of the big talking points before the game. That was like
only had like a big tweet this morning.
Yeah, only said it. I was driving home from the shore, so I watched it on my phone on mute, so I didn't hear any of the commentary. But now the Yankees have gone 20 straight games without stolen base after today's game. First Yankees team to do that long without a stolen base since 1963.
It's impressive.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, do you want to get into the games? Because otherwise we can just continue to... All the things I want to say will come up in the game recaps and the awards.
Yeah. When's the Joel Sherman mean tweet? I mean, that's... Come on.
Who cares at this point?
He's just won the
groundskeeping.
War? Yes.
Groundskeeping. I have good notes. Good notes. This isn't your typical groundskeeping, but Clay Holmes is an all-star selected by the commissioners committee. He was surprised. Gleyber got hurt hustling. So without doing any tests, he came out of game 1, was available for game 2 and game 3, but didn't play. So did he get hurt? Question mark. Poteet has resumed his throwing program, has yet to toss from a mound.
Okay.
So dude having catch flat ground.
Sure.
Scott Efros, Boone said he's continuing to build up. It's been a long time being off that mound, so he needs that long runway. Boone said that Efros will not necessarily wait. The Yankees will not necessarily wait until Efros pitches in back-to-back games before activating him. Very specific question by some reporter that I don't like. Why don't you just ask, when do you expect him back?
Right.
We don't have the answer to that, but that's not an issue. I guess they're trying to get a hint at it. Okay, big news. Brubaker, that's first name JT, for those that forget, was moved from Double-A Somerset to Triple-A on Friday, and they've been targeting post-All-Star break for a big league return, and the Yankees have spoken optimistically about Brubaker helping them during the second half of the season. Trade acquisition confirmed. John Birdie hopes to get live at-bats after the All-Star break before going on a rehab assignment. So,
a lot of housekeeping.
Yep. A lot of housekeeping. None of it really matters. There was no updates on the guys that I wanted updates on, which is Clark and Stanton.
Stanton, there was a fake update. Somebody asked, like, hey, we're still on pace for the 4-week timeline. Boone just said, yeah, that's still the target, but didn't say, like, are you running more, changing directions, hitting? Nothing like that was said.
I think they just say 4 weeks and they go, Stanton, be ready by then. And they don't check in at all.
You do you.
Figure it out. 4 weeks. Stanton's like, it might only be 2. And they're like, 4 weeks. Don't rush it.
This feels, I think we're aiming towards, the Yanks are going to say, gritty, this is baseball, let's pick it up. Let's go get Tampa and Baltimore this week. 2 teams playing their best baseball of the season and division rivals that have beat us this year. It's lining up for that Yankees. Remember the LA game where everyone miraculously rehabbed at the same time? I think we're getting post All-Star break. Like, hey, you guys are sad that the team's bad now. Here's Efros, Brubaker, Stanton, Gleyber off the fake injury. Who else can we throw in there?
I don't know. Trevino? No.
No.
Both birdies. Hamilton.
A birdie, a hammy.
Birdie starts a real rehab assignment.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
A couple Boone quotes going around. Do you not want any part of those yet?
If there's something different from what he said in prior years, I'll.
Well, one of them is exactly what he said in prior years.
Well, then no, I don't care.
And the other is about intentionally walking Devers, but I can save that for game 3. I can give it to you now. I can never give it to you.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go in order. Game 1.
Let's tell the people about SeatGeek, Jim. You can go see this happen. The Bronx is burning with SeatGeek. Yanks 10% off any tickets at SeatGeek. So, hey, maybe go see another team play and be like, oh, I'm interested in that. That's something I'd like. Is that a stolen base? Code Yanks10 at SeatGeek. 10% off your next order. So if you've already used the SeatGeek code, you're covered. Take out your phone, open the SeatGeek app. Yanks10. Do it now, 10% off. Or, hey, maybe you need to get away from baseball. Like, they're everything. They're concerts and stuff. So go do that with SeatGeek. Download it today. It's so easy to use. I use it.
Okay. Game 1.
Whew, things have been nasty in the Bronx. Losing baseball, muggy weather, and hopefully Nestor could bottle that nastiness while Tanner and the Sox would try to hock a loogie and spit on that Yanks thing. Just like my college experience, we're scoreless through the first 3. Can't spell Emmanuel Valdez without the E. Can't turn the double play. A Volpe stroll to first after his stroll home earlier. A Grisham grounder. Hey, it's 3-0 Yanks. Romy goes gonzo for Boston. 3-1. It'd stay that way into the 9th. 2 outs, 2 strikes, and Yoshi goes yard as Clay lays an egg. Devastating 2-run homer. Buenos Cantos, Sally, Jesse, Rafaela. First strike he sees into the seats. It's 5-3 Sox, and that'd be your final. It's a worst loss of the season alert. Yankees lose.
Yankees lose while the fan base loses their absolute mind. And they pull some stunts straight out of classic, pathetic, crashing and burning teams. I was going to name like a name of a team that usually pulls stunts like that, but I'm not even going to do it because I'm not trying to bring anyone down.
I don't know if anyone is down in this mud with us. We're in our own special mud.
No, like in past years, teams that, that sounds like something they do. Well, it's something the Yankees would do now. Their fundamentals are awful. So this game sucked. When they were winning it was fuming, but they were winning. And then Canely got sucked. That was kind of surprising. Clay they were 1 strike away.
Yeah. 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 There's some mental gymnastics you can do with yourself if you want. Yeah, Yoshida. I think he had 2 homers in the year. Hadn't homered since early May. So that was, I mean, the post-game press conference was, Clay was right, although Clay was watching paint dry. Like, this is always the Canely conversation. It's what pitch do you throw there? It's Yoshida. If Clay hangs a slider there and he hits it for a home run, we're freaking out. We're saying you're Clay Holmes. You have one of the best pitches in baseball. You're facing a guy that hasn't done X, Y, Z in forever, and you hang a slider up there. It's like Tommy Canely and his changeup, who his fastball gets hit in this one, and that's his second pitch. So I don't care about the pitch selection, but it's where it was. And you can't do that. And I don't know, man. It's just, I was having a weird daydream because you're talking about this was handed to the Yanks until it wasn't. I don't know. I'm on the couch. It's getting late. Weeks have been long lately. And I was thinking about Cora, and I was like, Cora, if they lose this game, Cora's going to walk into the clubhouse and tell them, we're winning the fucking next 2. Let's go. I didn't realize they were going to win this first one and do that. And I mean, we've talked about extra innings a lot, but when that game went to extras, they're not a Yankee fan that tunes in this podcast. Yankee fans that are so in it that they're seeking out Yankee content, that they come to YouTube, podcasts, or wherever they get it. If you're that into the Yankees, you did not think they were winning that baseball game. And I'm like a baseball optimist. I'm a sports optimist. If we got a chance, let's play. There was no chance they were winning that baseball game.
Yeah. Yeah, for a second I thought, if Judge hits a walk-off, that would be really, really fun. I said, but it would also kill all the things that need to be addressed from this game. So that would be a bummer. Little Averex there if he did it. He didn't do it. And they lose. Well,
I know we're gonna talk a lot about philosophy and stuff like that. Why don't you guys harder on Boone? Like the Yankees, they're steady. This is baseball. Stuff happens. They're looking for someone to get them out of the funk. Like that was one of my light bulb things today. Like if you're not doing stuff to get yourself out of a funk, then you stay in the funk. And that's what they do. They say, let's stay the course. Everything's going to turn around. No. And maybe there's a sign of life in the next game. But, man, this was as bad as it gets. The Volpe play? Are we talking about that now? What was the other one? I'm blanking. There's so many bad plays.
What's that? The first sentence cut out.
The Volpe play where he doesn't score on the ground out double play, which
it was back to back. That play in and of itself is terrible, and yes. I mean, I'm not going to undersell it at all. If I don't say a lot about this play, it's because like it gets me to a boiling place that I genuinely don't like living at. So it's kind of like my avoidance of death. If someone dies, I just like rather not even address it. The DJ play before that already had me hot.
Right.
And then the next one happened.
Right. The DJ hustle double play.
Wells threw the ball to second. Oswaldo couldn't grab it. So that was another play in this game that was weird.
Yeah, but it was like normal baseball weird, right? Like
No, it was pathetic. It was like
it's in his glove and it's out of his glove. Like the Red Sox do that play. Other teams do that.
Well,
play.
Red Sox middle infield. It was when they're happening often. And there was something else too that I'm blanking on. It's also a rain delay.
There was a rain delay. And yeah, I mean, Nestor versus Houck. Houck has been one of the best pitchers in the American League. But yeah, that was as the dark thoughts start creeping in during this game and then even after this game, like the Yankees didn't score. If Emmanuel Valdez turns that double play, which they were saying on the broadcast Wells would have beat that out. I don't know. I know he moves decently for a catcher, and he's lefty, but I also think we're kind of blind to how double plays get turned. I don't know, the Yankees would not have scored a run in this game. So that's where we've said stolen win before. Didn't feel like they deserved it. The
chat just helped me out. The Trent Grisham at bat.
Oh, sure. Good game to watch.
That was unbelievable. Did Weaver throw a ball into the outfield?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that was the other.
I don't think that one... Did that one come back to bite him? There's one of those plays where it ended up not mattering.
No, I don't think that one came back to bite him. But, like, as a fan watching, we're like, oh, my goodness, again. Like, oh, what is this? I think that's all. It's awful. The DJ not hustling, and then he beats it out, and then the DJ Volpe play and the way it was handled in the post game, both those things, like, make me upset. I'm a sports fan because I'm like, why am I getting so hot over this? And then I'm like, isn't that weird that I can't control that? Like, what is this fandom of that we are doing?
That's the beauty of it, man. That's why we do it.
It's like, that's so, dude, that watching Volpe do that is so fucking pathetic. And then him saying he thought it was a foul ball. Dude, there's video of you watching the first base umpire say fair, then say out, then they throw the ball to second, and there's video of you watching the ball go to second. Like, what are you talking about?
Entire play.
Like, what? You watched the entire play and you thought it was foul? No, dude, you just literally fucking stopped. Like, you just didn't try. Like, watch, please. Has anyone tweeted out the Judge and Soto when Judge did this and got in a rundown and Soto scored? Has anyone tweeted out the side-by-side and just is two guys that care and two guys that fucking aren't alive? There's like the good Yankees, the bad Yankees, and they should put those two plays side by side where Judge gets in the avoids a double play, gets in a rundown, Soto scores, and in this one, DJ runs into the tag and Volpe. You would think they're betting on the game as a twosome with how fucking ridiculous that play is. And this is why I said I didn't want to talk about it.
Right. And so we're not. Yeah.
Genuinely, though, if, like, you watch Black Sox footage and you saw two guys do that, you'd be like, how could they not see this? No, I don't think they're betting on baseball. I'm telling you, that's how fucking crazy it is to have both participants of that play just not do their job.
Yeah, it's a young player playing bad baseball.
Run it back. I got to see this from the... No fucking way.
What?
So we're watching on YouTube the Judge version of the play.
Now, this is a ball hit in front of Judge.
Yeah, but still same sentiment.
Same sentiment.
And, I don't know, Vladdy makes a better throw there. Soto might be out.
Yeah, Soto was very scared, but Judge knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's on Volpe, and we're getting to MFers and stuff. Like, DJ is clearly... DJ and Father Time are having a battle right now. That at least you see DJ. I mean, you'd love for him to turn and see what happened at first, and I think he'd admit that he's trying to run in the throwing lane. Like it's a version of baseball, and I don't know. DJ's stop-start clearly isn't there. Like how many guys on the Boston Red Sox, if they hit that chopper that DJ hit in the 8th inning, how many Boston Red Sox beat that out? I think every single one. Yeah, DJ and Father Time are having kind of the final Elden Ring battle. God, I hate Joe's McFly. And Volpe, there's no excuse. Touch the plate, and then you can turn and look and see what happens. But you have one goal as the runner on third base. It's impossibly bad.
Yeah. Crazy. And Boone is upset with Volpe. So if you say at the post game, I didn't like them saying they thought it was a foul ball. Neither did Jack Curry. Jack Curry did a great job. The post game in general was phenomenal. And I talked to Jack Curry about that. I said the only thing I'd change is never give Clay Holmes the mic for that long.
Yeah.
Because it put my whole living room to sleep. But the post game covered it thoroughly, and they came back at one point, and Curry was like, foul ball. You watched the play.
Right.
And then he was also Boone. Now the DJ LeMahieu part was real weird.
Also, that's none of your business. Even if it's a foul ball, run and touch home and then see it's a foul ball. You're 22 years old. You're the runner on third base.
Second
also,
you see
it's
it
a
hits
lie.
the ground, go.
He just was like interested in what was happening and forgot his head was not in the game. And there's no arguing that.
It's a mental lapse.
Yeah. And which is happening too much. But the other one was blanking, trying to use my brain.
DJ not hustling?
Oh, yeah. So Boone, in Boone's original post game, they said, like, and did you see DJ and on that play? And he said, no, I didn't see it. So he didn't even know this was a narrative. He didn't even know this was happening. And he was like, I didn't see it. And they go, well, DJ wasn't hustling. Does that upset you? And he's like, what? He's like, the DJ not hustling. And he just goes, he was hustling. I think, and that's just like reflex of Boone to just defend DJ, even though 3 sentences ago he said he didn't see the play. He came back the next morning, said, I watched the play, and had some nuts quote about defining a guy not busting out. Like most people in the history of baseball would say he didn't bust out of the box. And then when he realized he had a chance, he sped up to beat it out. And you would say that in a bad context. He didn't bust out of the box, you know? For people that haven't heard the way Boone talked about this, I feel like I need to find the quotes because they were like almost of a car. Did you hear these, Jake?
I don't know.
Boone,
car,
DJ, gear. Maybe those will come up. Yeah. Boone rewatched the DJ LeMahieu hustle play. He felt he was trying to get down the line, but had a hard time getting into gear before pushing at the end, which wasn't the most effective way of doing it.
Sure wasn't.
I did see a guy that was battling to get into a good running form, though. So, shrug. That's so many ways to say didn't bust out, didn't hustle, and then had an oh shit hustle.
I got something for you. You're talking about sports fandom. I love sports. Do Wake and Jake twice a week. A lot of baseball, a lot of whatever the sports is. Been watching the soccer. It's been delightful. That quote's never been said about an athlete. Think about it. I thought they were trying to get into a running form. I thought they were doing a good job trying to get into a running form. We're playing competitive sports.
I wish we could. I feel like we could ask him. I was going to say I wish we could ask him. We can ask him. Obviously, we can ask him anything. He's not going to respond to it. He's not even going to have a conversation if you phrase it in certain ways. But like, I wish there was a way to get him to be very honest and say, hey, how hard is it to come up with these sentences sometimes where you just have to publicly defend a guy? We did ask him that when they struck out 17 times and he said, I saw some good at bats. And I said, I did ask him exactly this. Like, it's pretty funny, right? ridiculous? Does it feel crazy having to say that? And he didn't like it.
Yeah.
He got mad.
I mean, it's just bizarre. I mean, I think we can peel back more of the layers. Like I'll say we because it, Talkin Yanks group chat. That like I don't know. My first reaction was also like almost Boone cover up. Like he's done with DJ and he's just trying to go through the motions with it at this point.
Well, that's what I thought the original. That's how I read it. That's how I read it. Yeah, that's how I read it. I'm not defending Boone in any way, but last year, because the quotes are asinine, and I know what he's doing. He's just trying to back his guy, but at some point you have to just like not back your guy, which he's starting to do with Volpe and has done with Gleyber for a while. He's starting to not back Volpe, which is interesting in his post games through nuanced wording and Booneisms, But he was upset about Volpe for not hustling. And he was like, he says he thought it was foul. But on the DJ thing, I think when Boone said, oh, DJ hustled, it was what he did with Stanton last year when he was like, he did that with Stan when Stan rounded third. He was like, he's as healthy as he's ever been. And then we talked to him and he was like, he's healthy. What can I say? And that was a shot at the front office or a shot at the player front office. Just the situation.
Yeah.
It's just being like DJ's healthy. No, this is DJ. Is him saying, guys.
And I know a lot of moving parts this series between the Yankees themselves and the organization and everything, but I don't know, man. There's also some beautiful Rafaela, the prospect for the Red Sox, top 100 prospect. He's been playing shortstop and center field for them. I was interested to see his games this year. 61 in the 9-hole, and he's been there pretty regularly. Out of the 80 some odd games he's played, it looks like they tried him at leadoff twice, and they pulled the plug on it. Otherwise, in every other game, he's been in the bottom of the lineup because he's a rookie. And that's kind of how you treat rookies unless they're phenoms. Or if you got nobody on your team contributing and there's one kid giving good at bats, so you slide him up there and he hits a 3-home run day. But, like, I don't know, man. We were wondering last year, Volpe kind of got thrown in an awful situation. Like, it was the worst Yankee team in 30 years. I know he's a part of that, but he's supposed to be the rookie 21-year-old shortstop. He was never supposed to move up in the lineup. He was never supposed to be any of that. And they did it just out of emergency. Again, watching a lot of soccer. Brazil started a 17-year-old up top yesterday. Buns. And all of Brazil soccer right now is ass. It's crazy. Anyways, Ronaldinho has some quotes on it. But dude, like, I think like Volpe, Shine, young, talented rookie. Like, I think this series, it ended. Like, it's like 90 OPS, solid defense, whatever. Okay, if you're going to do that, then you don't get treated like anything. Like, you can be on the team, Pop, but like, if we're going to treat you like Anthony Volpe, the next guy, the next one, you got to do more than that. And you can't have, I mean, it's a tough game. Don't get me wrong. Go watch our JM Warehouse stuff. There's tough moments there, but you can't have mental moments like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't realize his OPS plus is down to 92. Defense has been stellar.
We've loved the defense.
Would trade it for a little less defense for some offense.
How many games without a stolen base?
20 now. Oh my goodness. Volpe leads Major League Baseball in plate appearances and at bats.
Let off every day.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't realize that.
Still shocking.
And, I mean, if you really want to be a pissy Yankee fan, which we all are right now, welcome to therapy. Volpe got beat up and was worn out by the end of last season. That it was his first time playing this many games. So even you reading that stat as something that's bad because his performance has been bad, like that should also be on the Yankees' radar. Like, I realize you're young and full of energy, but this kid also ran out of steam last year, so.
Nestor was good. Rain delay I thought was going to be killer because he looked so crisp in those first couple innings. And the rain delay happened. I was like, did the dang. I know he's been good at home, but I do think I've said for me, there hasn't been too many starts where I perked up with Nestor this year. That was this start. I thought he looked really good
He was dotting fastballs. He was
dotting with some zip to him.
Yeah. Couple 95s out there. And yeah, pinpoint like that. Corner balls, if you look at the white fake thing on the screen, he had a lot of corner balls. That's analytics.
No, I mean, it's beautiful stuff.
That'd be a stat I'd look at.
Corner balls?
Corner balls. Who throws the best located pitches? Hey, Alex Fast, one of the pitching people. Corner ball me.
Do you care about edges in the middle, or you just want like corner?
I think I just want corner. Like whatever
so the 1, 3, 7, 9.
1, 3, 7, 9, yeah.
The cross in the middle. Right. Boo.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to see who has the most pitches strikes?
Maybe.
Or just pitches thrown in those spots?
Sure.
In all of Major League Baseball, the best corner ball pitcher in the league is Nestor Cortes. This wasn't an aside that took us astray at all. The stat ran us right back on course.
I watched the games. I don't know what to tell people.
375 this season. Second is Joe Ryan, then Zach Wheeler, then Michael King, then Aaron Nola.
Done.
Pretty cool. That was cool. Corner balls. Wow. Wonder if you can see who has the most that have been called balls. I guess like umps must hate them.
Corner balls.
The most corner balls in Major League Baseball. Not Nestor. Not even in the top a lot. But Zach Wheeler is. Oh. Nestor's 14th. All right. Game 2 if we're done here.
I think so. Still a lot to cover.
Offense blew it.
Yankees found out it's a cold world as Garrett would try to lead the boys back after the worst loss of the season, while the Yanks try to fight off their Green Monsters Inc. against Josh Winkowski for Boston. Bottom 1, instant Rice, leadoff homer for the Dartmouth Daddy. 1-0. Unfortunately, it turned a 3-1 Sox. Cole labored through long innings on a hot day, but today his dogs would pick him up. Doogie woofs one out to center. Like a good night out, we're tied up at 3, but one of the Yankees' worst endeavors, pitching to Rafi. He goes big fly to give Boston a 4-3 lead in the 5th, but hey, a Yankee rally. Volpe with a big double. Wells works a walk. Waldo sac fly. Even a DJ remix as he gets one. But the man everyone was talking about, the great Ben Bino. Uncle Ben, bend me over and call me Rice. The man so nice, he did it thrice. A 3-homer day for the rookie. Never been done before in New York Yankee history. It's always darkest before the dawn. Hey, good job by Tim Hill and the Mouse. Yanks win 14-4 final.
Good stuff. Beautiful. This was up until a point, the frustrations continued. Like up until a point, this was the same. I was in the same brain space because that third inning where you had like the single over the head, Devers steals right away on the first pitch.
Right.
Then like two bloop singles where they no one covers third, which I don't even know if people should be covering third in that play, but it just feels bad. And they go up 3-1. Like at that moment, I was to the level I was the night before. Then Verdugo hits the home run, and I like that.
Yeah.
Then he slow trots, and I go, shit. Because the Yanks never are good at doing any of that. And then Cole looks like a classic case of heat exhaustion. Never seen his face look like that. Looked like he was from Aruba, and pitches to Devers and gives up a home run.
Sidney Ponson exclusive. Yeah, the second and third innings were kind of repeats of each other. Cole gets 2 outs and 1 base runner. He loads him in the second, strikes out Rafaela, and it was actually it was one of those cool Cole pitching moments because he beat him with heaters, and it was like he's set up so perfectly for a curveball. It's a rookie hitter that he probably won't get him. And Cole was just like, nah, you're heaters only, kid, and he got him. And then in the third inning, he's got the 2 outs, and yeah, he gets dinked and dunked a little bit by Yoshida McGuire that you're like, man, that's losing streak baseball, that you're just kind of looking around like, okay, so what does this mean for Cole? What does this mean for the rest of the day? Because a two-run lead right now is so significant. So Doogie tying it up there was huge. And then, yeah, I mean, on the Boone front, because, you guys are so, you guys in Boone, huh?
Well, this year, the conversations have not been tense. Last year, we had like a couple episodes where it was like, oh my goodness.
Until 3 weeks ago, they were great, and now they've been awful.
True. That's true.
But here's what I will say. 5th inning, Garrett Cole, heat exhaustion Garrett, giveaway at the stadium. He comes out for the 5th. Pitch count's decently up there. And I know we're juggling some different things with Garrett because we're getting the pitch count up and all that. But it was Boone's first thing he said. I was like, this is a really hot baseball day. It's gross in the city. We're not used to it yet. That like this day in 4 weeks feels normal. But right now it's like awful. Sure, you bring him out for my guy Willier. Awesome. Cole strikes him out. Rafael Devers, and I know this is probably a conversation people want to hear us have, but if I ask Yankee fans who's the number 1 hitter that Garrett Cole shouldn't face, you'll get some G-Man Choi, and I respect your ball knowledge.
You will.
But you're going to get a lot of Rafael Devers, because I think he's actually owned Choi after his
after there was a
learning.
Yeah. I think the majority comes back Rafael Devers. So Garrett Cole in a spring training regular season part of Garrett Cole on a hot day after 2 innings he had to work incredibly hard to get out of. You're going to bring him out for that and face Devers a 3rd time? I can't do that when the guy you're bringing out of the bullpen for the next 2 hitters is a sidewinding lefty. It's Tim Hill. If he's putting food on his family's table, it's facing left-handed hitters. So I can't have him facing Devers there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a little tricky of a conversation because it bleeds into game 3, but I think you combine them if we're going to have this conversation. I would not have, if you were going to pull Cole after that and not let him finish the inning, then he shouldn't be pitching to Devers there. Yeah. If the result is if he gives up a homer here, he's out of the game. then you don't even pitch him to Devers because that happens a lot. Did you see the slash line against him?
It's not good.
It's like a 2-dot.
Yeah.
It's a 1-dot slugging. It's insane. Now, today, Sunday night baseball game, some people were upset sending Heel out there to see Devers the third time through. And I'm not like going to really argue against you. Like I think that's a fair opinion to have. But he let Weaver. Oh, never fucking mind. Weaver came in for Yoshida because the lefty, but he let him face Wong after that. Like it wasn't an instant pull.
Yeah.
So the bullpen stinks in his tax. So like I didn't mind him sending Heel out there. I wouldn't throw a middle fastball. What happened was Heel ticked his fastball up those last innings to like 98, 99. And then he thought, or he just loses control. And they were like, it was middle.
It was a nice piece of hitting by Devers. It always is because he's really good. Heel gets him with a really nice changeup the pitch before that. That I think Devers outballed him because he tried to sneak a low fastball by him and he got him. And it barely sneaks out. And the ball wasn't traveling tonight. I know this is game 3 stuff, but Rafaela leaned into one that went nowhere. Judge got a hold of one in the first inning that didn't go anywhere. So that was
Oswaldo.
Weird. Waldo, yeah, absolutely. So weird night at the stadium. Tonight's is a lot more of a coin flip. Heel was rolling. We haven't seen our Prince back in a while. I think the only thing where it would hold up in the court of law is that the Pullum side would win. It's been a Talkin' Yanks favorite thing since the start. Luis Heel needed a win, and he won tonight. Sunday Night Baseball, the Sox. He was dominant. He was back. He was nasty. That in theory, if the Yankees are conducting what they think their formula should be, Weaver, Canely, Holmes should be enough to get you through the rest of that game. That if you want to die on that hill, you can. In that moment, I mean, Heel looked great. He didn't give up a run. So that one's a lot more of a coin flip. The Cole one, it's inconceivable.
Inconceivable.
And you know I don't like to quote him around you.
Okay. AK. All right. Well, game 3. He'll pitch as well. Spoiler.
Sunday night baseball rubber match. A Sox win would cutter the Yankees deep as Crawford and Luis battle to be king of the hill in the Bronx. Like my actual college experience, we're shut out through 6. One of the Yankees' worst endeavors. Don't pitch to Rafi. 373 Oppo Taco. It's 1-0 Sox. Make it 2 as the kid, Rafaela, Ninja Turtles one into the seats. Oh, yeah, in the 9th. Hey, you can be mad at the Tonkin truck. That pitch is a foot off the plate. But Rafi Devers doesn't care because he hits home runs against the Yankees because he's left-handed, and that stadium's built for it, and they believe. Yankees lose 3-0. They lose the series 2-1.
Devers is good.
Yeah.
He does that breathing exercise that I find very cute. Don't pitch to him. Rafaela, what's this?
Joe's DM'd Rafael Devers, and somebody on Twitter thankfully translated it. Said, dude, you're abusing my team. That's enough, OMG. Too many hits. You're showing off. It's driving me crazy. We need to put you on first base already. You're messing around too much. Take it easy. It's giving me nightmares when I sleep. SMH. So, Joe's is on it.
No reply.
Not yet.
Been a half hour.
He'll look good, and that was good.
Yeah, that's the well, there's big picture Yankee stuff, which I don't know how deep you're willing to go tonight, but this is massive for Luis Heel. If he threw up a dud tonight, I mean, we're saying phantom, not phantom IL. Shout out Billy Epler. we're saying you got to do something. You got to skip a start, like go through the All-Star break. We're coming up with every plan. We still kind of need a heal plan. Guys double Tommy John and, I don't know, was struggling for a little bit. But to see he still has a good start against a good team that's playing well right now, that's massive. We go live after the game because we want to do the instant reaction. Because if we do this tomorrow, maybe some more logic kicks in, maybe it doesn't. Yankees starting pitching, I'm in an okay spot with. I know they had a hiccup and it's been bad the last 3 weeks, but I saw a sign from Rodon. I saw a sign from Hill. Stroman deserves the respect of a veteran MLB pitcher, and Garrett Cole is essentially rehabbing on the fly. That who knows what Clark Schmidt's timeline is. I'm kind of good there. Like I don't have time to get greedy Yankee fan with the starting pitching right now. Bullpen.
I agree with that. That's what this series did.
Yeah.
If you have a light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
If you have that.
Right.
Then you would lean on you can lean on that.
The bullpen needs significant help. If not a new 1-1 alpha in the bullpen. Maybe we'll talk about some Clay later because his press conference it hurt me a little bit, and he'll never understand why, and I'm sorry because he's just a nice dude, but it just hurt me deep inside. The walkout song's bad. He's not electric as a closer's supposed to be. And I know you could argue Mariano was in a way he was a boring weak contact guy, but he was also one of the best pitchers to ever lived. So but
that's fair. Mariano was boring and
right.
No casual fan saw Mo go 1-2-3 out, one ground ball, 1-2-3 out, and say that was fun. Mo was boring.
You want to know? All right.
If you were a Yankees fan,
cracked.
He was fucking awesome. He was the best.
We're cracked. You want to know the truth? A lot of episodes last year, because the season was dying, they turned into a drinking night for me. I'd have 2 beers during the episode, tip my cap, go home. These Yanks were bad. I'm living it. I cracked a beatbox tonight, enjoying it, refreshing. Go get yourself one today. Clay Holmes. Why? We've done this a lot now. And when Clay gets hot, it's pretty gross. He has one of the best pitches in baseball. It's a turbo sinker. Dude, his first pitch, Girardi went nuts, and Girardi was right. He threw a sinker that was one of the grossest pitches I've ever seen. It looked like a lefty Randy Johnson slider that came from a moose of a man. Girardi went nuts, and that's not his MO. He was oh my God, bottle that up. It's insane. One of the reasons Mariano Rivera is the best closer ever, one of the best pitchers ever, he had accuracy in location. So Clay Holmes, who he's found his slider more, and that's helped out, and this is how Yoshida got him. Clay Holmes said, okay, it's 3-2. I'm just going to try to throw my good pitch over the plate. It was middle, and it got rocked. So not only are you not punching tickets, but there's times when you don't have location, and that's why it's a higher risk closer than the numbers probably depict to the people. And I don't know, man. I think the walkout song put me over the edge. I do.
Well, just because oh, dude, you're not a closer. You got to have something more than that going, But what was his answer when the reporter said, your slider's the strikeout pitch, which the numbers on the slider this year are incredible,
right.
But mostly that's because batters look sinker.
Right. He gave a very modern pitcher interview, which I had to check my oldness on it. Cause he was he gave very analytical answers that were the weak contact percentage on those pitches and he mentioned the slug. He's the sinker, has the lowest slug on it. So that's why he threw it. And again, like I said with Yoshida, I get the thought process. If Clay threw a cement mixer slider and it got rocked, every question is, why not the sinker? Why not the sinker? Why not the sinker? And you can check me on this. It goes back to Canely last year when everyone was calling him out on his changeup. And he's like, that's my good pitch. Like, I'm going to throw that.
Yep.
So it's not that, but it's kind of all of it in the bucket.
Mr. Bucket. It's going to be my award for him. Where are we at in the show?
That was game 2, the game they won, I think. Or no, we did game 3.
That was game 3.
We did game 3.
That was game 3.
Anything else from tonight? I mean, great for Heel.
Dude, did they even have any chances?
No, it's a pretty...
DJ hit into a double play.
Oh, dude, I mean, the
Soto double.
The Cutter Crawford pitch count being... Was
54 after 6, something like that.
So that, in hindsight, that's not good. Yeah, I don't know. Of the top 6 in the lineup, there's only one hit. It's a Soto double. So it's...
Leadoff double is a chance.
Kind of looks like the bottom of the lineup did their gig. Yeah, I don't know. For Heel to give that outing, to go zeros on the scoreboard, and hey, now as I double check it, God, man, if you were, so I just mentioned the Yankees' top 6 hitters. Juan Soto had the only hit, that double. Of the Red Sox top 7 hitters tonight, only Devers had hits. The top 7 Red Sox hitters. Duran had 1 walk. Everyone else got out every at-bat except Rafael Devers. And I don't know, man. I don't know. The scouting...
They lost all approach. It's kind of what they had at the beginning of the year, what Judge said they didn't have last year. Is like you have to have an approach against pitchers and trying to do something. And the Yankees batters have gone to like nothing again, like just trying to hit it hard, like they're trying to homer out of their funk. Like I don't know.
I don't know. Need guys to play well. Who's playing well right now?
I don't know. Ben Rice.
Rice and Wells.
Wells is playing well. That's true. I mean, I can look it up, but it's not going to include today's game. What do you want? Last 7 games? Last 7 days? Last 14 days?
14, 21. I mean, 21 encompasses this timeline.
Okay, it's not going to include today.
It's fine. Not a lot missing. That
21 will still have
that
Judge's
helps
good.
Everyone.
All right. Most hits since June or in the last 21 days.
Sure.
Who would you guess? Top 2.
I mean, every list you feel like starts with Judge, but I don't.
Yeah, Judge has 21. Then there's 2 guys tied with 15.
Hits. I mean, you'd assume Soto.
No, he hasn't been playing well this stretch.
Okay.
Part of the
I
problem.
think he had bad week, good week, bad week.
Just compare him to the rest of the crew.
He's 6. It's Ben Rice
Sure.
and Volpe are tied for the most hits, which gives Volpe a 200 batting average and 280 slug, but gives Ben Rice 294, 588, obviously way less plate appearances and at-bats. Then Verdugo with 12. Oh, my goodness. So, like, if you look at last 21 days, batting average-wise, there's only... Okay, OPS. I'll do OPS, because then Trent Grisham has been playing well.
Yeah, but it's still
even if you look at batting average on base, Trent Grisham, Judge, Rice, and Grisham have been playing well last 21 days. But Ben Rice has... Like, I can lower that to 15 or 14 because Ben Rice, it's all been more recent.
Right.
And then that drives Wells up last 14 days and Soto back up the 4 guys OPS 920 or higher.
Well, and it's still like when you're looking at numbers like that, you need performances to win games. And, Ben Rice, a lot of his juice is in one game, which was awesome, and it helped the team win. But, how many of those guys are doing stuff regularly to provide winning performances? And it shouldn't be rude to them, because if other people were doing a little more, we're probably not having that conversation. But, what are Devers' numbers now in the past couple days? Like,
it's crazy.
To win games, you need guys balling out. With Rafaela, like you need guys playing really well. And I don't think Ben Rice was king for a day, and I love that for him, and I love that for us. Like, has there been a game or a series that we've looked at Austin Wells and been like, wow, he's kind of carrying the offense right now? Like, no, it feels like a bonus point.
Yeah. Give me another team. Last 4. Give me a last 21.
Royals, Kansas City Royals. They've had good ball and bad ball in that time.
All right, last 21 days, Royals. So in the last 21 days, the Yankees have 3 guys with an OPS. No, what you're looking for. They have a 1 dot, they have a 9, and they have 8, and they have a 7, they have a 6, and then they got 3 5. So that's easy.
Rainbow.
OPS 6 through 1. They only got 1 of each. Royals. What are you guys up to? Last 21 days, the Royals have, they got 2 9s, 2 8s, 2 7s, which is better. Then they got Michael Garcia. Not good.
Hey.
I'm just being earnest.
What about the Red Sox for maybe a final comparison, as we just played them? As they're gaining ground on us.
Red Sox last 21 days. Now they've been hot, so it's a little different.
Right, but they've been playing good teams, and the point is, if you're trying to win games, you need guys to be hot.
They got 1 daughter, Tyler O'Neill. 1 9, which is Devers 997, so that's going to be up after today.
That's over.
Rafaela 800, Duran 800. Valdez 736, and then 3 6s.
Okay.
Yanks had 1 1, 1 9, 1 8, 1 7. They only had 4 7 higher. So yeah. All right. Well, it's time for awards.
Words are brought to you by Tommy John. Boy, I've had a long day. Train to and fro Connecticut. Watch what the Yanks did tonight. And I did it all in my Tommy John, and that's the only way I would have it. I wouldn't have done it. If I didn't have a pair of TJs available, I would have been like, no, I can't do that today. My biscuits would have a bad time. So if you're trying to take care of your Bisquicks, go to Tommy John, get 20% off. 20% off your first order right now at TommyJohn.com/Yanks. Breathable, lightweight, second skin underwear at TommyJohn.com/Yanks. There's a link in the description, 20% off. I like them. There's enough grip there that they're there and they're containing, but it's not restraining. Put that in there instead of me saying use multiple emails to get extra Tommy Johns. Thank you, Tommy Johns.
But do it. Do that as well.
Might as well.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
Dude, are you ready for this?
I think so. I think this is clear-cut-ish.
Yeah, it's Ben Rice.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, though, when the Yankees were fucking terrible, but Judge was going for the home run record, and then when he was like really close, and it made me feel all these bubbly emotions amidst being like, but we're so bad. Rice's curtain call scene gave me like goosebump, fun. Oh, I love sports. When they're pushing him to the steps and he's like, what do I do? It was like Maris's curtain call from the movie 61. Like how that, like, go up there. He's like, what? How? Where? Up here? It was cool. And then his smile was nice. What I was most proud about him was that after he hit the second home run, he looked at the dugout and was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Wake up, losers. You're not paralyzed.
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, but it's idiot in that one, not losers. I changed it.
It's hot in here.
Yeah. So he's my pride. 3 homer day.
It's a good pride. I wish we didn't do the double pride because this feels like the moment.
You can do it. I mean, Heel, the starters, you can be proud of them too.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's other people. So but I mean, if there was ever an this 3 homer day, never been done in Yankee history, the innocence of it all. I forget who was I explaining.
What had never been done by a rookie?
Yeah.
Oh,
all the Yankee names. No rookie has ever done that. So, and yeah, just there's some turkey math behind it. The Yankees are one of the teams that in free agency go out and get players. So that doesn't provide as many opportunities for young players. The Yankees usually only provide opportunities for big time prospects. So for, what is it? 10th, 11th round pick, Dartmouth, done well in the minors, and hey, dude, we've got actual Yankee fandom. We've played this game before. Cole has it, which is just weird, and we were nervous at first, but it was just Garrett when you find out that he's just kind of a weird cat. But he was about it. Trevi sneakily had like actual Yankee stuff just because
true.
Like Trevi's like a catcher and like a man that he's like, if I'm going to like baseball in Texas, I'm going to like the Yankees. I mean, this cat, Ben Rice with the pimp Yankee outfit growing up in Massachusetts around Sox people. And again, I say this in an endearing way. Ben Rice's smile right now is just so endearing and young that if he keeps playing like this, like there'll be a spring training when he shows up with the Judge smile. And I don't even want that because he's got, they've said it on the broadcast, it's Williamsport energy. And maybe that's us getting older, but there's also just something about his general look and vibe that feels young. And dude, Justin Slayton, Red Sox, gets out of the 8th inning, gets like a hype fist pump. He's hopping up and down. The dugout's hopping down. It's like exciting baseball. It's kind of like how baseball is supposed to be played. The Yankees don't have a lot of that. I don't know if it's organizationally. I don't know if it's the professional approach. I don't know if they think they're above it. I don't know if it's too many olds that they don't act naturally like that. They all acted like this for this scenario. Everyone's Insta story, everyone in the dugout. After the game, like when I was on the gram going through, and everyone was hyped for Ben Rice. I got minor league dudes that are hyped for Ben Rice. I got the training staff is hyped for Ben Rice. Everyone is hyped for this guy because he's a genuine kid that got an opportunity, and this happened. And it's the beauty of sports.
I enjoyed everything about it. Made me proud. Now, are you doubling up? You can.
Tough. I don't love a double precedent. And no, Snape. I'll go Luis Heel. I'll go Luis Heel. This was Sunday Night Baseball. This was a big game. If the Yankees went down 6-0 in the first 2, that would have been more heartbreaking. Like we would have had to sit through 6 more innings of like, yeah, this team is buns. Okay. Luis Heel, analytics BBD was in the numbers. The arm slot came down a little bit. If we know that, you'd like to think our guy Matt Blake knows that. That you'd like to think that's gotten to Luis Heel. Looks like it did tonight. Again, it was the dominant Luis Heel, 9 strikeouts. And I don't know, I can't really hold that. I mean, I can hold that Devers homer against him, but I also can't. And I don't know, it's I know All-Star Game, there's some BS behind it, but like, I don't know, I saw our guy Dan Rourke was pretty pissed that Heel wasn't an all-star, and he does have an argument for it. Like you got cold at the wrong time, kiddo.
Yeah.
That the commissioner couldn't give you their vote.
They got Clay.
Yeah.
They got Clay.
God bless me.
Injury replacement's still coming.
So next up we do MFer.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Okay. Covered a lot.
We did cover a lot. I'm going DJ because I talked about Volpe a lot. I don't know if I did DJ last week, but it's bad. The lack of effort is odd. The ball at third a while ago, they just waved at. The not running to first, not backpedaling, which Boone did say he was upset with. Like, yeah, that's the play. That's what you're supposed to do. The results, I don't know if you could be that slow and hit that many ground balls and be an everyday player. So, bummer, because had some awesome moments and years, but I don't know. I don't know, Jake.
Yeah, little bit of a thought exercise for the people, and maybe you can help the people, Jim. You're the voice of the people. The Yankees have given out some contracts over recent years. I have two in my head. Maybe I'm missing one. The Yankees have given out two contracts that they stretched out over extra years to make the contracts look team-friendly.
Like on an annual value level.
Like when the contracts came out, we were like, wow, the years are surprising on that.
Yes, that was the thing to do.
It was Hicks and it was DJ.
I think we got bullied. I think maybe the fan base bullied them into signing DJ. Remember, it seemed like they didn't want to, and we were like, how could you not?
Well,
not that they should be peer pressured in any way. But we all got a little, like, if we're going to say they shouldn't have done it, like, majority of us were like, yeah, dude.
Every day on Twitter was like,
we all wanted DJ. I don't, there's no argument or discussion there. I'm sure one or two people have the receipts on it, but we all wanted DJ. He was playing his first Yankee contract is one of the best Yankees contract in history. What he was doing those years is nuts. That when the Yankee contract came out, that it was extra years and spread out, we said, okay, well, I guess on the back end, DJ's going to be a bench guy, and we'll deal with that. I mean, we just might be there, Pop. And Aaron Hicks, the other guy that Cash tried to lock up as his switch-hitting outfielder, that, hey, even if it gets ugly at the back end, what's the worst case? This guy's a bench corner outfielder for us? We saw the worst happen. That, yeah, I mean, how the Yankees front office has to be having conversations with DJ. My only fear is coming off of this weekend, I think they could be looking at his final line from the series and seeing it as a stepping stone.
Yeah, they could, but it was just as much bad. I know he had like 3 hits, but it's unplayable. Like, they might be waiting for Birdie return, but that's crazy because Birdie returns basically before at the deadline,
right?
Or like 2 weeks before the deadline. So, I don't know. It's unplayable in my opinion.
You gotta, with where he's currently at, you gotta be hitting a lot, and he's currently not hitting a lot.
Yeah.
Good MFer. Good MFer. I will go with That's an option. That's something. God, I guess it's everything I kind of said and tough for the job, but I'll go Clay Holmes. I put it all out there before.
Oh, Volpe dodges it.
Yeah, he's got the ire of mine a lot recently, so that
Okay.
yeah. No, I've hit Volpe with the dead horse a lot and earlier this episode. But yeah, it's
I might change mine.
okay.
I thought Volpe was a lock. I thought I was pigeonholing you. I'll change mine. Volpe needs to get MFer.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's just kid gloves, and we're treating him like a 22-year-old rookie again. Like, no fucking way, dude. Gary Sanchez did that.
Ooh.
Imagine if Gary Sanchez did that.
Now we're talking.
How would he be treated by everyone?
Yeah.
So no way. I'll write that wrong. That's Volpe.
Okay. Yeah, I got Volpe last Sunday.
You DJ'd last step. I think that's a clean swap.
Yeah. It's my bad. Awards?
Regular. They're brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah. Talkin Yanks is brought to you by Booking.com. You guys know them. You've seen the commercials.
You seen him commercials.
You see them on here. And you see them in every U.S. city. Because if you're trying to book a trip, it's summer. You're planning something. Like, if you don't have something planned right now, you've been telling your friends, like, oh, I got to book something. I kind of don't have anything this summer. And Booking.com is where you need to go. We're going to Boston at the end of July. We're going to the All-Star game in Dallas, Texas, Arlington. And if you want to meet us down there, maybe even come to our event, go to Booking.com. An official accommodations partner for Major League Baseball on the site or in the app. Whether you're looking for the family-friendly resorts to bring the whole gang or those late-night spots that BBD stays at, go to Booking.com, Booking.yeah. They will hook it up for you.
Booking.yeah.
Yeah.
I got to give out an award, huh?
Tough.
Okay. I'm going to give my No, I'm pivoting now.
Pivot.
Stats don't lie.
Ooh. SDL. Stats don't lie. Let's go with Trent Grisham.
No.
Okay.
That would have been fun though.
I know you got into some of his numbies this weekend.
Dude, pretty fun, huh? I mean, we can talk about those later if we want, because those are just fun stuff. No, I'm also into some numbers right now. Okay, Jake? Okay. And there's a stat called out of the box.
Okay.
OOB for short.
Don't shorten it.
You don't think so?
Don't Ubus.
Please don't.
Ubus Pinar.
Warehouse.
So out of the box, it tracks how fast a guy gets out of the box.
Sure.
When he's running. And DJ hit into he hit a ball to second. There's a runner on first. And he was safe in the end. That's great. They asked Boone if he hustled. And Boone said all those words he said. But if you look up all the times DJ's put the ball in play on the ground and then organize it by OOB time,
okay,
you will find that on July 5th, it's the slowest that he has gotten out of the box. on a fielder's choice or grounded into double play on the year. So of all the times he's hit a ball with a runner on first base and left the batter's box, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times this season.
Okay.
His fastest is 80 seconds, or eighth of a second, 0.80, not 80 seconds, 0.80. That's an eighth of a second. Am I wrong? No idea.
0.80?
Yeah.
So getting out of the box.
Yeah, like if they did a stopwatch, ball hits the bat, his feet are out of the box. Like it's the first two steps, basically. Like fly balls are slow sometimes.
Yeah, I guess I new to the numbers in this realm, so my heart's open to it.
No, I'm just asking, how would I verbalize 0.80 when it's seconds?
That would be 0.8 seconds.
Yeah, 0.8 seconds. Okay.
80%
This
of a
one
second.
was 1.07 seconds.
Okay.
Which is drastically different. And then home to first, this was the third slowest of all of them.
Yeah, I think they said it was a half second slower than his normal time, which is kind of funny to think about because you're like, well, that sounds kind of tight.
Yeah, all the numbers are tight, but it's still like,
Right. It's a tight sport.
yeah. The margins of being safe and not safe. There's another one. Oh, it was 2 outs. So that one doesn't count on the leaderboard.
Right.
So take that out. Home to first, because he didn't even really like go there. So it's, dude, it might be his slowest home to first. If there's 2 outs on this hit, which was 5.6 seconds. No, there's no outs here. Well, there's 1 out. Ozzy stops the ball right away, and he doesn't even finish the play because he's out, so he breaks it down. So it's the second slowest home to first on any ball hit where there's a runner on first. Less than 2 outs. So it's not hustling.
No.
So I don't care if he was getting into gear, not getting into gear. Straight up didn't hustle. Like, that's a problem. His nickname's Big Fundy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, DJ not trying. And I know if we phrase it that way to Boone, he's going to be like, he'll be upset because we're saying a player of his isn't trying and he'll like come down. So we got to figure out a better way to get into this conversation. But that's such a problem, man.
He's a little broken. And I mean, kind of understandably.
When they showed the slow-mo replay of that and like the ball got bobbled, then he jumped over. I don't know who the runner was on first. I'm blanking. And then like had to like shuffle. It was like, and it was still close. I was like, Jesus.
Where are we? It's tough. Tough. Okay. That went to DJ.
Yeah, I went to DJ.
That went to DJ. God, I'm
a week and a half ago, you gave him the Year Stiff Award.
Yeah. On to something.
Debating giving out a double. I'll ease in. Let's highlight some of the guys. I'm gonna give out the Footlong Award.
Footlong. Who ordered the footlong? That's accepted. Jonah Hill.
Dumb and Dumber. Dogs in the Car. Footlong. Who ordered it?
Oh, both movies have that. I guess he's
Ask me
quoting
about
Dumb and
your
Dumber.
wiener.
Ask me about your wiener.
Any hot dog penis jokes, please DM me.
Okay. Trent Grisham.
No, it's I decided to ease into it. I mentioned it before, and there's a lot of reasons to be mad. The timing of it's really poor, for multiple reasons. That Tonkin fastball is a foot off the plate. And Devers got there and turned on it. Like, I know we had Didi for a while, and we're talking about different level of ball players, that Didi pulled everything, and he pulled some outside homers. That Dever homers is disgusting, and I won't be mad at Michael Tonkin. I can be mad at a lot of Yankee nonsense. Dude, when the dot popped up on the screen, that's just silly. That's silly that it landed at Tommy Kahnle's feet. It almost hit him. I mean, I know that dude ain't right, and yeah, kind of don't pitch to him. But if that pitch didn't get swung at, we would have said, oh, they're not pitching to Devers, finally.
I love his finish.
He's a sick puppy, man.
No, that's wrong. Oh, the foul. I was looking at the foul. I didn't see the blue. The red is the foul ball. Yeah, his finish is really poses.
Full swing.
I'm not mad at Tonkin.
No, it was more the symbolism of it that everyone was like, we're still pitching to Devers. And it was like, Tonkin kind of was not.
Yeah, but people countering that, wrong time.
Right.
Because there's 5 examples earlier in the game. In this series, there's 5. So, like, we're still pitching the Devers is correct still. Even though, like, you could be like, well, actually, Tonkin's pitcher's outside. And I appreciate stating you're not mad at Talkin and that Devers is incredible, but very much still, we're still pitching to Devers. We dumb?
Yeah. Joe's is sending DMs to the source.
My next award and last award of the show goes to I don't even know, man. It's the okay.
Trent Grisham.
Yeah.
Trent
Grisham. I guess that because he wears number 12 and you did foot long. I thought you were trying to be like a fake out.
See what you're saying.
I'll just share the stat for anyone that didn't see it on Twitter. Trent, it's fucking awesome. Let me see if it's true after the last game. Trent Grisham. I was watching a game with my dad, and he just looks at 3 pitches right away and doesn't swing. And then I was talking about, it actually started because I was looking at Ben Rice's zone swing versus out of zone swing. Small sample size, but it's crazy. And then I was like, let me just look at Trent Grisham because it's got to be hilarious, the numbers here. And I made a custom leaderboard, which you can do on Baseball Savant. And I said, show me zone swing, out of zone swing, and swing percentage. And then I said, okay, who's got the lowest zone swing percentage? It's Trent Grisham out of 370 ball players, 100 plate appearances or more. 51.2%. So if the pitch is in the zone for a strike, it's a coin flip if he's going to swing in it. And is that a bad thing? Not terribly, because Soto also is like in the bottom 10, I think. He's 30th. He's 58%.
Like,
so you can be selective within the plate.
With any stat, it's part of the equation.
Yeah. Like Volpe's super high. He swings if it's in the zone, he swings at it. It can lead to bad contact. The Yankees actually have the number 1 and number 2. Jose Trevino is number 2 lowest zone swing. So just not swinging at strikes, not interested in it. No, thank you. Then I went, okay, out of the zone. That's good. You don't chase. Lowest. So that's a true positive from Trent. He doesn't chase because his zone's smaller. Like you were talked about corners.
Right.
That's smaller. So he those are just off the plate. He swings at pitches out of the zone at a 10.3% clip, which is the lowest out of the 370 players. So that brings his total swing percentage to 32% of the time, which is the lowest in all of baseball. And now Soto is third. So it's not like it doesn't have to be an awful thing. But it's just bizarre that this dude just never swings. We said he's a little bit like Hicks. He makes Hicks look like Baez.
Nice.
Just doesn't swing.
Good baseball humor.
That's a baseball joke.
That's a baseball joke. That would kill it at the BBWA awards.
Okay, so then I looked at his meatball percentage, which is meatball is just a middle pitch. So his meatball percentage is below average, but it's closer, which I thought was because after I tweeted that, the very next at bat, he ripped a double, and then me and my dad looked at the dot on the screen, and it was middle. So then I was like, oh, maybe he really likes
juicy.
Yeah. Juicy pitches. And his pitch chart of his 15 hits on the season. By golly.
What was that?
By golly. I watched a Norm clip earlier today. I'm sending you this picture, Beebs, on Talkin Yanks chat. It's the wrong picture.
Okay.
Shit. If it's meatball, he's in a homer.
Okay.
Basically, if it's not a corner, like you're saying.
Lefty Chris Carter.
Kinda. So I don't know what to make of all this because, like I said, you can't be like lowest swing percentage because Soto's 3. But just crazy because I never seen a guy go up there and swing less, and the stats back it up.
Yeah.
I'd love to know like the lowest over the last year, if anyone had lower than him.
I think like historically, this is what he's done.
I just see the red dots there. Those are the homers. So if it's that belt high pitch,
don't put it there.
Gone.
Don't put it there. Had a couple good swings tonight.
He had a 60% zone swing last year and a 21 out of zone. So a 41 swing. So way higher.
Just seeing it. I mean, hey, we do fun stuff, we do silly stuff, we do real stuff, we do baseball stuff, we do ad reads, we do a lot. There's inside jokes, there's outside jokes. This is his first year being a bench guy. And he's, I know. I'm like helping you. Like this isn't shots fired because he's. If you actually look from the start of June, he's kind of has some decent numbers, and that's when he started playing more. But yeah, and dude, Girardi and O'Neill again. I don't know how much time we have to deep dive on this. I put my thoughts in the chat. I think they're both great. I think they were both almost too hot to trot. Like. They were both getting giddy about other conversations while a current conversation was happening, that it was just almost too much sometimes. But yeah, they were Girardi, dude, sometimes he drops a knife on us that like Sometimes I wonder if he hates the Yankees because they didn't re-up his contract when they had like a World Series window, and he led them as far as they've gone in 15 years. Anyways, that Oswaldo was up, and he was like, oh yeah, you can't have young guys be bench players. You need vets. They can't do it. And I was just like, Joe, stab him. Stab him, Joe.
It's pretty true.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Does make sense. Thomas Nido with the highest out of swing percentage. Again, the Grisham numbers are just more from a fascinating standpoint than a ripping him. He's been hitting well. It's his approach. Soto doesn't swing, and he's really good. Although, maybe I should have given Soto an award because that's somewhat a talking point.
Soto?
Yeah.
Are you forcing my hand on this?
No, because I tried to force your hand on motherfucker. It didn't work, so no.
I will give out the Be Careful Lannister family.
Tywin.
He's one of them, for sure.
Murdered his dad on the Lou.
Tyrion murdered Tywin.
Tywin's the one that got murdered on the Lou.
Yeah.
Like Elvis.
Similar, yeah.
Be careful, Lannister family. Soto.
It's going to Soto. You asked, so I don't know. Maybe just like a note. It doesn't have to be like a big note. I don't know. We've talked about how the Yankees are in this stretch of lefties, and the Lannisters, normally in the South, they can't go north. That's where things get dangerous. The North remembers. We've seen all these southpaws lately, bro. So I don't want to shots fired at Soto, but it also goes into a little bit of what you've talked about. It's either getting them out or pitching around Judge and Soto. That Soto's got some funny splits coming into tonight. The last 9 games, he has a 200 batting average, but a 415 OBP, which is an 815 OPS. So low for Soto, but basically it's more or less walk or we're going to try to get you out with nasty pitches that, I don't know. His career splits are down a little bit versus lefties, which makes sense. A lot of batters have that. And yeah, I don't know. The Yankees have a lefty problem as a whole right now, dude. Those stats are starting to get, like, those went from small sample size to you can't hit lefties really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, with Soto, it's 2 splits since the injury return and lefties. And I want to look at his spray chart since then, or can you compare his spray chart to last year's spray chart? Because he's hit some foul homers recently where I've been getting Rizzo-itis a little.
So since the 23 games since the injury, this is before tonight. It is a funky stat, dude. You're not coming at one. I was going to say I'm defending one. The 23 games coming into tonight, this is Juan Soto's stat line. 219 batting average, 452 on base, and 849 OPS. He had 30 walks and 14 strikeouts. There's your problem. You can pitch around these two and survive, and we've known it, and that's where Stanton was massive, and it's gone. Who's been hitting after them?
Verdugo?
He's got one swing.
Yeah.
I think they popped your guy J.D. Davis in there versus one of the lefties.
I don't know who that is. I could not draw him if the police asked me.
Oh, here's a fun game. J.D. Davis's number. BBD, you're a number guy. Do you know?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
No, I don't know.
38.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
You just knew?
I was going to give out a tandem award. I was guessing. I was going to give out a tandem award to him and Jahmai Jones, who the Yankees believe in. Didn't play this series. Or maybe Jahmai came in for when Gleyber got hurt. Or no, Oswaldo came in. I thought it would be Jahmai. Jahmai Jones and J.D. Davis, two guys that have been waived or released by other programs, are on our roster as platoon versus lefty players. What are we doing?
Hey. What are we doing? I'm trying to find something.
One. The fella's like Jahmai. His stats are actually kind of fine. Sure, J.D. Davis has had a pretty nice career as an MLB hitter. You can only have one.
Yeah. Well, Birdie's coming back in like 4 weeks. So.
Okay. Oh, you talked me into it.
One spray chart Soto, that is.
Okay.
3 Oppo hits in that stretch.
Yeah, he's such a sicko, bro. His swing off Jansen tonight was gross. Kenley Jansen throws like 10% sliders. He threw him one, and Soto drove it the other way. It was right at O'Neill.
He also hit a foul homer off Jansen in game 1 or 2.
And today.
Definitely hit one today.
One and today. Yeah.
Today, in game 1, it was a line drive
that
landed. In the Mets, he hit a foul homer that almost went out of city, but it was like right of the foul pole. It's too much stuff going on.
Hey, six games. At Tampa, at Baltimore.
They win 2 if we're lucky.
Okay.
This team's not good. I mean, that's the thing.
Right.
If Soto's going to take his walks, what were the Nats? Who was on that Nats team when Bell was the DH behind him and then they traded him halfway through? And then he literally didn't see a pitch.
Yeah.
Like if that's your game, hey, just walk Soto, he won't chase, and put him on first. The Red Sox have done that and they've survived. Okay.
A lot of teams have.
Yeah, but the Red Sox, I feel like, were the first people that were like, just walk those guys. How many? The Red Sox, I feel like, have walked both of them in the same inning a bunch. Now, it came when they botched the double play, it came back to bite them in that one. But I feel like the Red Sox have maybe done that twice now, 2 games in an inning, where they lead off, walk them both.
Walk them, rack them.
So, yeah. I don't know. 2021 Nationals got a 465 on base percentage. They didn't win that many games. So, like, Soto walking can only help you so much. Now, they would do have Judge, but if no one's behind Judge, not good, man. Schwarber was behind him for a little bit that year. Then he got out of there, and then Bell was behind him. So 2 out of 6 for me. What do you got?
2 out of 6. What's the question? What do I think's gonna happen, or what? Like if I'm doing honest goal setting, like what?
I don't know. You posed it.
Right. You said 2 out of 6, so I don't.
You asked me, and I said 2 out of 6.
Right. But I don't. I guess I don't even know what I asked. I don't think I even got it out yet. I was just saying these are the 2 series. You said 2 out of 6, so I don't even know the question still.
I thought I was like, what are you hoping? Or
so expecting? That's your hope. 2 out of 6.
No, my hope is they sweep both of them.
Okay, here we go.
My expectation, honestly, is 2 or 3. That would be the range.
Right. My hope would be win one of these series. Haven't won a series in 3 weeks.
What's their record against the AL East now?
1-2 in this one. Beep, boop, boop,
What were
boop,
they?
boop,
10 and
boop, boop, boop.
11.
They're now 13 and 16. When do we play a team in the Central again?
Right?
Watch us play another team in the Central, where they're 17 and 2, and they like look good. And everyone's like, "We're back."
Angels on August 8th. So the next not East Coast.
Ooh.
White Sox August 14th. Next Central.
Tampa, Mets, Boston, Philly out of the break.
Yeah, this stretch is crazy. Is our September Is our August easy? Who cares about an easy September? Is our August easy?
August. Maybe Toronto, Angels, Texas, White Sox, Detroit. Yeah. Cleveland.
Wow.
Rockies at
If
the
those
end.
teams start selling too.
Colorado, Washington, St. Louis, Texas. Yeah. Survive.
Thanks for tuning in. Did we miss anything? No. Judge had a bad series. It's not
Numbers
your
are bad
fault.
this series.
The only thing that I was Judge DH numbers, he's like way lower than when he plays the field this season. It's a decent sample.
Play the field.
But then like Trent Grisham's DHing, he's Gold Glover.
Have Soto DH.
Won't do it, and they don't control him.
Doesn't love it. Gleyber's playing DHM because you can get better second base defense.
Soto should be DHing over Judge.
They did it once in this series, right? He was a DH.
It's not a
too.
discussion.
Yeah. Judge is really good in right field.
Incredible. I had a sad moment today. Dom Smith hit a double off the right field wall. Soto turned and fired. Wasn't close. If Judge was there, it would have been close. That used to be a highlight every homestand.
Yeah.
The game Judge
I
played
didn't
right
really-
field. He had.
I haven't fully
When's Judge been
thought
a right
about this.
fielder?
I haven't really thought about this, but yeah, he should be. I know that like the thought is he's been playing a lot in center field, get him off his feet, rest him in the heat and all that.
Do that
But
with
yeah.
Soto.
Yeah. It's just bigger frame and all that shit. But yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah.
When he had the one game Judge played right field this series, he had the one throw to home, nice effort, and it's like a thing that center fielders don't even really get to make that throw that much angle and when guys go and all that. I was like, oh, I haven't seen Judge like throw one in a while. I was like, oh,
Did we talk enough about Ben Rice?
Every homestand. No, it's tough for him. He got shit sandwiched.
Yeah.
Too easy a pride.
All right. Off day tomorrow.
Sure is.
Love you guys. Thanks for listening. If you're still listening right now, subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps us a whole bunch. And we'll see you later. Oh, and Gleyber got hurt. Or what was that?
Find out on Tuesday.
Tell him, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees! Let's go Yankees!
Ugh.